Oh shit. Oh, he's dribbling. Oh, he hits it back. Oh shit. Oh, he bumps it up. He boosts. Oh shit. He did a flip reset. Oh, he breaks his fucking ankles. Boom. Oh, calculated. This is Rocket League. What a save. Calculated. Yeah, all in all though, no hard feelings, man. You know, it's just a game. Yeah, no problem. You know, I get it, man. You know, I like to say calculated a couple times too, you know, but you kind of took it a step too far when you said it the fourth time. Hey. Yeah. Could we play with you guys? Man, get your bitch ass the fuck out of here! You see, that's when I hit him with the what a save. Hey, didn't see you there. You know, with the Switch 2 finally being out, long-awaited console launch, arguably the most. There's been a lot of intrigue and confusion with a lot of the Switch 2 launch. Misinformation, all that sort of thing. But today, I want to talk about the most overlooked game update to all of the Switch library. And that is Rocket League. Now, Rocket League, when it first came to the Switch 1, was not even like a technical marvel or anything, but it played well enough, and it was a fun time back in like 2018. But as time went on, through update after update, it progressively got worse, to a point in fact where it barely can even run without crashing. A lot of the changes happened once the game went free to play. Rocket League players on Switch have suffered more and more every year for it. I've been streaming Rocket League semi-regularly for the past year or so. Been playing it since it came to the Switch in 2018, and I have watched as update after update has changed the way the game functions. Warnings for disconnection, warning for packet loss, variable frame rate, variable resolution, input delay, no input at all. Needless to say, the game has been very difficult to go to for a Switch user, and especially for me, as somebody who adopted it early on the Switch, bought cosmetics, and now cannot transfer them over to another console. If I could have, I think I would have swapped to PS5 a very long time ago. Needless to say, the Switch 2 and the promise of upgraded games, upgraded visuals, and upgraded performance was something that immediately triggered a response, a fight or flight if you will. Questioning, would Rocket League get the same fate that some of its contemporaries like Fortnite or The Legend of Zelda are getting? Well, that's why I wanted to make a video today, because I'm happy to say that yes, indeed, Rocket League did. And I think it's being really overshadowed by a lot of the good that is coming from the Switch 2, and the vocal minority that won't shut the fuck up about the bad. As an avid Switch player, I can definitely say the upgrades are huge. For starters, the game does not crash. I was doing some handheld gameplay just to show the differences. The game runs way more consistently at a 60 FPS. If you were to play on a tournament and you went to go unlock a reward with your funny little tournament coins, the game would just crash. And it did it very consistently to the point where I actually didn't even get to do it because I opened up the game and it just crashed on its own. One of the main problems that I always had was navigating the garage, looking at your different cars, the cosmetics, all that. Just wasting seconds to minutes, just waiting for a certain cosmetic to pop up. Now, if you try to overload it, yes, it might take like 3 to 4 seconds, but yeah, not 10. And the gameplay itself, though very comparable to Switch 1, because honestly, once you got into a game, it usually ran okay, semi-decently. The inconsistency would come if you were playing in handheld mode. Variable resolution means that sometimes the game is looking, hey, pretty pristine. But on certain levels, it crunches down to just pixely, aliased as hell mush. Arguably better than some of the grease splatter that you would get over certain games on the Switch 1, but definitely still hard to look at and didn't always help, as you would still get variable frame rate. So yeah, sometimes it still didn't even run that well. And while the game doesn't actually come with any sort of Switch 2 enhancements like a mouse mode, I think you need to get checked if you're trying to play the game in mouse mode. That's a little weird. All in all, if you used to play Rocket League or have been on the fence of going back, were a Switch player and you just want to get back into it, and you have a Switch 2, I would say now's the time. Now you finally can play at the same level that anybody else has been playing for years on their other consoles or the PC. I would like to see a Switch 2 revision, maybe that, you know, adds some ray tracing or something. We haven't even really seen the ray tracing capabilities quite yet, but there's a lot of promise in this, and honestly, this is like the sleeper hit, because if you did know, it actually had said on their list of games that may not work or had issues upon playing. Rocket League was on that list, and I have not experienced a single one. And I mean, trust me, it's noticeable when you go from at least one crash per session to not a single one. And smooth as hell frame rate, you're seeing the gameplay. It's noticeably different. Give Rocket League a shot on Switch 2. It's worth your time. And you can play it in handheld and it still looks great. This is just a quick video. The Switch 2 launch has been huge. Lots of content on my second channel, Dano Gold. And I stream regularly, so check that out if you'd like. I will be having a video on Mario Kart World hopefully soon. I have some big things coming up for myself, so stay tuned. What do you think about the Switch 2? I like it. Or are you mad because you couldn't get one? You should be able to get one, other than the money thing, but I like it. Thank you to my patrons. I've not been making videos very regularly, but you guys are still such a blessing to have. That's Moxie Duckling, our patron at the sponsor tier. You can be a sponsor tier too and get exclusive content. There's also exclusive content for everybody else, and that includes Y-Guy, Greedy Melons, and Bato of the Water Tribe. If you'd like to become a patron, you can become one for as low as $3 Canadian. That's about maybe $1.50 in American. I don't know at this point, man. The difference just keeps growing in size. It's crazy. The Switch costed me $735. Okay, bye.